Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said you should never get divorced before being married for at least 3 years, right? Um, why do you believe the minister recommends 3 years before even considering a divorce?
Well, that's a great, he lifted this principle in a series that he did called How to Give Birth to a God, and another message on the keys of successful marriage from 1983.
Classic. Sorry to cut you, Nuri. I just want to say that is a classic. Like, I give that to everybody that gets married, to tell you the truth. I can't lie to you, you know? It's helped me. It like really helped me.
It's so rich. Yeah. It's so rich in it. It's very rich. And this was a part of a series he was doing at that time, even before we were in Mosque Mariam from the Final Call building. But in it, he says that you should not. He talked about divorce in the first year of marriage. He said, no, you shouldn't be talking about divorce in the second or the third year. He said, use that time to actually learn what you have gotten yourself into. Facts. Look at that. So one of the principles that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us as we enter into a relationship, he said this. He said that try not to have any children for the first 2 years of marriage. Let those first 2 years is what? That's for you and your mate to learn each other and to give each other that quality time that is non-distracted, where you all are focused solely on one another. I said, man, most people have a honeymoon for a week after they get married. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he's lightweight saying that it's all right to have you a 2-year honeymoon. Getting to know each other so that you can build that kind of bond. See, what happens any time when children come into the equation, the mother has to be mother more than she's going to be wife. And once the children demand that attention from the mother, she has less energy and attention that she can give to the husband. So those first 3 years, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he said they are like the first trimester of a baby forming in the womb. He said they're the first 3 months of a baby developing in the womb is the most difficult and the most challenging time of the development of a child. Likewise, the first 3 years of marriage are the same. So those 3 years, like those 3 months for the baby, is a time when the systems are being developed and all the parts are being put into place to make sure the organism that comes out of the womb is equipped to handle the world. So it is in a marriage. The first 3 years, we're developing our regimen, our systems, our habits. We're learning each other. We're learning the red buttons that we shouldn't push. We're learning the green buttons that we should push. And if we can just focus for those first 3 years and really allow that to be the time we climb that learning curve, where we can really get to know each other, then after the 3, listen to what the minister said. He said, if you can make it through the first 3 years, you more than likely can make it for the rest of your life. So these are very critical time. It's a very critical time in the development and the growing of the love that two people have come together to do. You don't really know someone until you live with them. And once you make that commitment and you say, through rich or poor, better or worse, in sickness and in health, till, it didn't say till I don't feel like I used to feel, until you give me the attention you used to. No, until death do us part. So when we put our word out there, in Islam, as taught by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we have a lesson 1, and there's a question and answer 11, where Master Father Muhammad, the teacher of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, is quizzing his servant, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, to see how he's grasping the teachings. And listen to the question. Have you not learned that your word shall be bond, regardless to whom or what? And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad answers, yes, sir. My word is my bond, and bond is life. Listen to this. This is the highest level of commitment you could ever find from a human being. My word is my bond, and bond is life, and I shall give my life before my word shall fail. Well, if your word is going to be bond, regardless to whom or what, anybody on the planet is categorized as a whom, and any situation or circumstance that could ever show up in life is a what. So there's no situation, there's no circumstance, and there's no person in the outside world or inside my home that is going to stop me from making my word bond. I will only violate my word if I'm dead. And because we don't go in to commitment in marriage or commitment to what we do with that level of commitment, that my word is bond, bond is life, and I'll give my life before my word shall fail, divorce is an easy thing to talk about and to do, because we're not really thinking richer or poor, better or worse, sickness and health, till death do us part, and making our word bond. And that's why we see so many people give in and give up so quick. But it didn't used to be like this, Brother Lynn. They did a study, McKinley Irving Family Law did a study where they looked at the statistics of black people in America in 1867. This is just 2 years up from Emancipation Proclamation. And they found that in 1867, that 90% of all adults that were of marriage age were married. And they had a near 100% success ratio. I'm sure they went through the vicissitudes of life, struggle and trial back then, especially on the economic front. 2 years up from slavery and Jim Crow with black codes and black laws. I know their money wasn't right. But in spite of all the hell they were catching, black women and black men, 90% of them that could be married were married, and almost 100% of them made it till death do them part. Now you got, right now, only a 40% marriage ratio out of black people getting married, and we have a 75% divorce rate on top of that. So there was something a little bit different about the level of commitment and word we gave back then that we need to go back and revisit the principles they operated on.